There are 10 secret tactics that are guaranteed to put a narcissist in their place. And by the end of this, you are going to know what they are. They're not going to be so secret anymore. So stay tuned. You're definitely going to want to watch all the way till the end so that you will know what they are too. Hey, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I'm also an attorney, and I have dedicated my life, my mission to helping you break free from the chains of toxic relationships, whether it's a business relationship, a personal relationship, family relationship, whatever it is. I want you to go from where you are now, feeling paralyzed, paranoid, traumatized, dealing with that drama, to feeling free, joyful, respected, honored in dealing with anything, so that you feel like that powerful version of yourself. It's finally time to be where you want to be, feeling in joy. And if that sounds amazing, then go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I have written a couple of best-selling books. I also have another one that is on the way right now. And if you want that secret inside look, that secret, ready to jump on it already, then go to slaythebully.com, get your pre-order of my new book, and you'll be ready to have it the minute it comes out. And in fact, if you pre-order it from slaythebully.com, you will actually get an early access to the manuscript. You'll get all kinds of free bonuses. So make sure that you do that. One secret tactic that is guaranteed to put a narcissist in their place is narcissistic fluffing. And I know this seems so crazy, but it's bartering to get what you want. I call it fluff for favor, vomit later. So what you do is you ethically manipulate the manipulator. You go up to them and you say, hey, can you do the QuickBooks? You are so much better at it than I am. And so then you get something that you want. They do it. And then, if you need to go vomit or shower later, that's fine. But you got something that you wanted, and it puts them in their place. You got something that you wanted, and they're none the wiser, right? So it's a little secret tactic that's guaranteed to put them in their place. You take your ego out of it. Fluff or favor, vomit later. So that's one secret tactic that's guaranteed to put a narcissist in their place. Another secret tactic to put a narcissist in their place, it's a great way to gather leverage against them, is to keep them talking. They have no idea what you're doing. They love to talk about themselves. They love to tell you all about what's going on. And then you will figure out what's actually motivating them. Remember that what really motivates a narcissist is how they look to the world. What I call diamond level supply. That supply that feeds them, that motivates them, is their ego. So it could be that new girlfriend, or that the employees that they work with, whoever it is that makes them, that beefs up their ego the most in the world. It could be those A-level people that are around them, right? Whoever it is that's motivating, that's driving them, keep them talking, because they will tell you what's motivating them. They cannot help themselves, and that will help you in the long run. Okay, keep them talking, find out what's motivating them. That will help you. That will help you put them in their place. Next, the next secret tactic to guarantee to put them in their place is get them to respond to you in writing as much as possible. They always lie. They always contradict themselves. And then that becomes fantastic leverage for you. If you keep track of all of that, then you will be able to put it all together and use that against them as leverage. They will never believe that you actually took the time to put all of that together. Now, remember to use one form of writing as much as possible with them, because if you use text, or if you use all these different forms of email, or all these different forms of other types of writing, they will use all these different ways to make your life miserable. They're DMing you in your Instagram, in all these different forms, and it drives you absolutely crazy. And on top of that, if you end up having to go to trial with them, you're trying to remember, where was that? Where did that come in? Did that come in through my Facebook messaging? Did that come in through my Instagram messaging? Where did that come in from? And you don't want to have to deal with all of that, and you don't want to have to try to remember that. So you want to try to keep your writing in one form as much as possible. And you really should have it be email if possible. Really should be email if possible, because if it's email, then you have a time and date stamp. It's something that's provable, and it's the least likely to be manipulated down the road. When it becomes a trial exhibit, they're much more difficult to be entered into as evidence, because when you go to use them as trial exhibits, they want the entire conversation usually. And so texts are not usually great for trial exhibits. You usually need to have an entire conversation, and that's why email serves as a better form of writing. And I really do recommend that when you're talking to narcissists, because they will lie. They literally will say something and then completely contradict themselves in just one conversation later. They will say, I don't want to have to be in this job anymore, whatever they say. And then 10 minutes later, they'll say, I never said that, as if you are dealing with an insane person. So as much as possible, you want to have them be in conversation with you in writing. And a lot of this, by the way, is in my Slay program. But one of the ways that you can really start to gather all of this is by using my Crush My Negotiation Prep Worksheet. It's a 15-page ebook, which you can definitely get at winmynegotiation.com and get that free ebook and get started with that. If it's everything all in one place. So go get that to get started. Okay, so number 4 is call them out when things aren't adding up. When they literally just say, I didn't say that, you can just say, but you did. You have the right during conversations to say, I can see that you are saying things to me that aren't truthful, or we can resume this conversation when you're ready to have a conversation with me that is truthful, or something like that. I mean, call them out when things aren't adding up. But, you do need to be careful, because if you are dealing with somebody who is volatile, then you don't want to put yourself in any kind of harm's way. You certainly don't want to do that. Other thing I do want to caution you on with this particular one is that if you are going back to number 3, where you are catching them in lies in their writings and things like that, you don't want to let on that you know what you have. All right. So be careful about that. The next one is act like you don't care. That so is guaranteed to put them in their place, because if you don't care, then it just absolutely drives them bonkers. They just can't stand it when you don't care what's going on. Nothing drives a narcissist crazy like your complacency, like your apathy. That's the one thing they want more than anything, is your rise, you to be engaged with them. But if it's sort of like a pushback thing where you're not pushing back, then they don't have anything giving them that supply. If you see the truth in what I'm saying so far, put truth in the comments below, because you know that what I'm saying is the truth. The next secret that's guaranteed to put a narcissist in their place is stop defending yourself. When you defend yourself, you are literally saying to them that there is something there. You're giving credence to their arguments, and you definitely don't want to do that. Never explain, never justify, never overshare, never defend yourself. You can stand in your power. When things are filed, motions are filed, when letters come over, I know that that's your first inclination, is to go, oh my gosh, you want to defend yourself on everything, point by point by point. I know I do too, but do not defend yourself. That's number 6. Another secret tactic that's guaranteed to put a narcissist in their place is to stand your ground when they try to move goalposts. Certainly don't negotiate against yourself. I've seen people do this all the time. Well, they haven't responded. Let me go back and maybe reduce or something. No, stand your ground, especially when they try to move goalposts. You stay firm. Do not allow them to do that. When they move those goalposts around, they are jerking you around, and they're getting supply from that, and don't allow them to do that. They're doing that because they want to see that rise from you. Don't allow that. Let it go. The next thing is to create strategy before making your moves. It is so common when you're dealing with a narcissist to feel you're constantly in survival mode, and you just are swinging all the time, and you feel like you're just putting out fires constantly, and you don't have time to sit back and create a vision and to create an action plan. But you need to create that strategy before you make your moves, and then you will be standing in power, and you will actually get to the goal of where you want to go. It will be so much more powerful for you. The next thing is to create invincible leverage. Going back to what I said in number 3, which is where I started to create the foundation for this, is to create almost like an invisible fence around that narcissist. Once that fence becomes visible, it's almost like turning on the light, and they realize, oh my goodness, I'm cornered. It'll be so much more powerful for you. I'm setting you up for the SLAY methodology here. You see that? Strategy, leverage, anticipating where they're going, being 2 steps ahead of them. And then finally, number 10 is focusing on you being on the offensive, your incredible 100% super powerful mindset. You have to believe that you can win before anybody else can help you. But if you don't believe that you can win, nobody can help you. You have to believe it. And then that's the most powerful secret tactic that's guaranteed to make sure that you are going to be the most powerful person in whatever room that you stand up in. Because let me tell you, there are always going to be narcissists in this world. They will always be toxic, no matter where you go. But if you focus on your powerful mindset and how strong you are, That's kryptonite to narcissists, right? How are you going to do that? You need support. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. You hit that notification bell. Make sure you join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And if you need extra support, betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung. We receive commissions on that. It doesn't cost you one single penny extra. We want you to have resources that we trust. The next video that I want you to watch is narcissist phrases that contradict their behaviors. They constantly contradict themselves. And I want you to be able to spot that and shut that down. So that's the next video that I want you to watch, because then you will have more secret tactics that are guaranteed to be kryptonite to narcissists and put them in their place. Okay? So I'm Rebecca Zung, and remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. And I will see you in that next video.